Hello, I'm Dragos, and in this video we are going to check Warp.dev. So for the one that doesn't know, Warp is an terminal application that can be installed on Windows, on Mac, and it has also AI capability. Basically, Warp right now is the best AI tool that you can use to build your applications, and you have free options that you can use. So basically in here you have their plans. You can use the terminal features for free, and you can use the AI features for free. You are limited to only 150 AI requests per month. You have code bases that can be installed with a number of files, and in the free options you have these powerful models with GPT-5, Claude Sonnet 4, Opus 4.1, Gemini, and so on. You can upgrade to a higher plan in case you find this useful. And in here I've just downloaded and installed Warp, and right now what I'm going to do, I will gonna go and open this, and we're going to create a project. So basically we're going to create an Astro project, and we're going to tell it to create a solar panel website for us and see how it does. But first we're going to see some of the options that Warp has and the interface. And let me go and open the interface. So basically in here you have the interface, and this is how it's looking by default. And in here you have the options to change the directory. You can go like this. You have the conversations history. In here you have the terminal mode, and you have the agent mode. So basically you see in here that you have the shortcuts. You have the options to use slash commands in here. You have for the slash commands to add MCPs, add rules, view the NCPs, and so on. Okay, in here I run the NCP, and I don't have any SCPs installed right now. And in here you have the options to use the voice input, to attach context file, to add image, to choose a model from here. And if we're going to go to Warp settings, like this, settings, and in here you see that I have the account, and if we're going to check the AI things in here, you're going to see that you have the commands, and in here you have the profiles with the options. So with the best model to be auto planning mode, it is the ChatGPT 5 high reasoning, and I have chosen here the permissions. Let's see in here that apply code diffs always allow for the agent, read files to always allow, to not go and tell it what to do. In here you have the options to create plans, and the agent will decide, execute commands, agent will decide, and in here the allow list and the command deny list. So basically maybe you don't want to run RM because it can delete everything, and yeah, it has already some of the details in here for the commands. Okay, call NCP server agent to decide, NCP allowed list, deny list, and things like that. So right now you see that I am on the free plan and I don't have any usage. In the code option, in here you have the options to index things. Okay, you have the options to add themes. In the appearance, in here you have the options to choose from the dark or light mode. I'll put it like this. I choose the opacity and with this, and in here you have the options to change also the font size. Let me put it with 19 to be bigger like this, so you can see better, change the font, and yeah, so on. And right now what we're going to do is to go and create an Astro project. Okay, let me add a new terminal, and in here you see that you have the terminal, and in here we're going to go into the LCD websites, because in here I have everything. And in here, if we're gonna do ls-l, you'll see all my project, all the tests with these YouTube videos. And in here what we are going to do is to go and create an Astro project, npm create Astro latest like this. And right now this should install Astro for us. Let's create a folder. Okay, Warp Astro 2 basic, install dependencies, yes, create a JIT to see the details. So right now the dependencies are installed, and then we are going to add Tailwind for this, and we're going to see how the AI agents are working and how the interface it is. Basically, the interface it will allow you to open files, so basically you will not need an ID to work with this. So right now the Astro is created. You see the agent in here, it's prompting you to do this, to change to Warp, but you don't want to use credits. I will just do like this. Okay, and in here you have the options to optimize Warp for this code base. What I will do, I will first install the Tailwind for styling, npx, and then we are going to optimize this, and we are going to initiate the repository to create a Warp file. Let me install everything in here. Yes, we're going to run this project to see if it's working. Yes. Okay, so right now we're going to see how the file, so in here in the left side you have the open project, you have the search files, and you have the view changes. What I'm gonna do, open folder, and here you have the structure. You see that this is the project, and in here you have the options to open the file. So you see in here the files has open in the right side. What I will gonna do, I will create in here the details for Astro to import Tailwind. Okay, like this. Right now we have everything set up. I will close this, and what I will gonna do, okay, I will gonna run the init. So basically this will index this code base and generate a warp MD file for us. Yes, generate warp file. Yes, proceed with auto plan. I will put it like this. I don't think you need a plan to create what it's in here. And right now the agent it's working, so I guess it's checking the files in here. It's checking the packages and everything, and it's warping, how the name it is. It's checking the index. Okay, it's checking the global CSS. Okay, it says it has all the needed informations. Okay, creating the divs, and in here you see that you have the changes that can be seen. So when you are doing like this, in this right side you will have the details with the changes, and in here again you have the view changes options that you can choose. You see, you can toggle this on or off. So right now if we're going to share the warp file, let me close these panels. You see that the warp file has been created with the structure that we have and everything, and yeah, the design is looking good for this. Let's see right now what we have in settings and code base maybe. Okay, right now everything is indexed, and what we're going to do is to go in here. Let me close all of these things, and right now I will run the npm run dev. I'm just want to see that everything is functioning, and after we can go and put our prompt in here. Let me open a new tab like this. Yeah, okay, Astro it's functioning right now. Okay, I will close this, and what I will gonna do, I will copy the prompt that I usually am creating or using. Okay, this is a full prompt, and in here what I will tell it to do is to, like, I have an Astro website in here with Tailwind CSS, and I want him to create a solar panel website for us. I want him to create the SVGs with hero and everything, testimonial section, pages, components, and things like that. And what I will gonna do, I will have the agent mode in here, and I will choose the auto. And right now let's see if we hit enter. Right now it should start warping, and I will gonna let this run and see what we're gonna do. Okay, it created the tasks for us. And again, this it's using the auto mode. I don't want to tell it what model to choose. I'm curious to see how he will manage to do everything for us. And in here you see, for instance, that you have the interface, and in here you have the manage conversation option. In here you have the tasks like this, and in here you have the task that it's currently running. You see that it's already starting to create everything for us. And in here you have the changes, you have the branch, you have the options to attach context details. And I'm curious to see. Okay, didn't like it. No. Send feedback, no. You have a retry option in here. Continue. Let's see if he knows where it remained. Okay, logo is created. And if we're going to check the, okay, logo it's in here. Okay, right now it's created the icons for us. Installation SVG. I'm curious to see if you can go and add various plugins to this. I don't know, basically it will be helpful to format the file. So for instance, you see in here that let's go and check this, and you don't have like a lot of style added to the MD file. Again, Astro is not recognized in here, maybe it is the global CSS. This it's recognized, I see. Okay, if you're going to check pages index, again in here you don't have everything that it's recognized, and right now this thing it's creating the icons for us. This is mostly to see how it's working and how much usage this creates if we're going to create this project. Because right now you see that you have some files that have been created, you have some things in here. And if we're going to check settings again, so for settings you have the command with comma, and let's go on usage. You see that this started to go up. Basically each request is counted, you see, like this. So if you'll have 100 requests to have this created, it will be counted everywhere. Right now components are added. You see that you have the button in here. Okay, so it recognizes CSS props. Okay, I see Astro, maybe it's recognized in here. Yeah, because it's looking more nice right now. Yeah, we have a more pleasant interface. Okay, layout, okay, it's recognized. So you see that right now this is working quite fast. Again, it's choose whatever he wants in here. Okay, update the details. So 70-90 requests. Okay, there are 19 files that have been changed. So right now, if we're going to check the task, create a home page with all sections, so it moves to the home page. Okay, in here again you can see what has been modified. Okay. Okay, it's added the animations. It's creating the divs. Okay, in here you have the options to approve, and in here you have the options to stop this. Nice. So yeah, it's quite nice because you have everything in here, the terminal and this file things. And right now if you're going to view the changes in here, like this, you will have all the files that have been modified. Nice. Okay. So I guess the home page has been created. Yeah, welcome has been removed. You have the layout, header, footer, button, card, the assets that were imported. I'm curious to see if this thing will gonna work. Let's check again the usage. Okay, 22 requests, pretty good. About page. Okay, services contact and create comprehensive readme. Okay, about page is created again. And here we have the about. You can open also like this. And you see that right now this is not recognized. I guess it's not indexed, and that's why. Because if we're going to check the index again, no. Because sometimes it displays things better. Yeah, see that right now the index is looking okay. I don't know why this is happening. I would like to see a proper format for this. Okay, services page. It's creating. I guess in our 20-25 minutes this should finish. I'm curious to see what he managed to do. And then we're just going to prompt also the agent to start the Astro project to see how it's working. But let's let him finish everything. Okay, create the services with the components and everything. For sure this is not using Gemini 2.5 Pro because he's not that good with Astro. The other models are, again you have the Cloud GPT-441 Mini. Yeah, you have the powerful models in here. Okay, contact page. I guess this will be the last page that it will be created. And a nice thing in here that you have this file option thing that you can toggle on or off, or just go and check the files directly in here, and you don't need to open them in an ID. Basically you can do everything in this Warp terminal. Okay, contact page is still creating. Let's see, 32 requests. Code, okay. It's synced. Okay, readme file. Right now it's updating the readme file for this. I had the default Astro one. I guess this should be the last thing that he created. So he touched 23 files. He created about 3000 lines of code with removing 15. So it's quite good. Okay. Let's wait for this readme file to be modified. Okay, you see in here that it's added all the details into the readme file. Okay, let's see what it's warping right now. Okay, it's warping the final update that it created everything, npm-dev. Okay, we're gonna see what he did, and what we're going to do, I will put it like this, start Astro in dev, just to see if it's working like this. Okay, so it generated a command for us. npm run dev, good. Okay, so it ran the command right now. And I guess this is working. Let's go and open this. I wanted to see if you click it, what will happen. Nothing. Okay, let me put it like this. Okay. SEO component has an error. Let's see how it's able to fix this. I have this error when you already seen this when I've done this, and right now he's doing the changes. Okay, we had this thing missing in there. Again, it will tell us to run the command right now, and this it's run with the fix. Let's go and see. So yeah, this is what he did for us. I don't think this used the sonnet thing. I think this is like maybe the ChatGPT 5.1 from what I'm seeing in here. The design is clean. It's not something special. It has some problems in here. Definitely is ChatGPT 5 for this, because it looks with what I did in the past. Okay, contact, you have some nice animations in here. Okay, so it's looking quite nice. So yeah, Warp managed to create this for us. Again, you can choose the model you want in here, if this is something that you want to do. For instance, right now we're going to, let's see what Opus will do. Okay, right now it tries to create something, and what I will do, I will try with Opus, because you can use Opus for free, which is a very good thing. And then what I will check in here, I will see the usage. So right now I have 51 used credits, and I'm curious to see if I will do with Opus. Please enhance the design to be modern. Is not looking good now. Okay, let's see if Opus is working with this free plan that I have, because yeah, if this it's the case, you can use Opus for free. Okay, let's wait. Usage, I see. Let's see if it's using more usage. 51, nothing right now. And yeah, let's see if Opus can do a better job with this. I'm curious to see how it's working. Again, this it's for free, and it's nice that you can use this for free. Let's see if Opus is able to create something. Okay. Quota limit. Let's see. So if you're trying to use Opus, you will use a lot of credits for this. So yeah, I guess you only use Opus when you really need it. So yeah, I didn't check their documentation on this to see how many credits Opus it is using, but you can do so and check it. And yeah, like this it's working. And let's see in here. So right now we have all these files created. You have the differences in here. Right now if you try to do something, let's tell it to start Astro to see if it's still working. I will not choose Opus, I will choose Auto. Right now the plan, okay, so it's out of request. So you are prompted to upgrade because you finished all the requests. So this is what Opus is doing. View more pricing details. I'm curious to see it now. Okay, custom pricing. Maybe somewhere in here you have the details, but again, you can use this also for Windows, Linux, and Mac, which is pretty good. So yeah, this is Warp.dev, and this is how it's working. I hope you have an idea right now about Warp, and in case you like what we have seen, please don't forget to like and subscribe.